Hello, welcome back. This is number 2 to my WLtoys 12428. I think I got that right. Scale review. And what I wanted to do is I wanted to go more in depth and do sort of a bench perspective on what I think about this car. The last review that I did was mainly focused on being a field test and sort of almost a durability test, and yeah, just like a test of the car's functionality. Since that video, I actually broke something for the first time on the car, so I have more to add to it. So in this part, what I've done is I really wanted to be precise with my words, so I wrote it down. So I'm gonna just read basically what I wrote. I wrote positives, positive things I like about the car, negatives, negative things I like about the car, and then things I'm 50-50 on. So I'm just gonna start by reading my introductory. Sorry to bore you here, but welcome to part 2 of my review. So when I review a budget car like this, I inevitably end up comparing it to other cars in its price range and scale. I paid like $120 with tax and shipping. For $120, there's many cars that compete for your money. WLtoys even has options like the 14001. Then there's a ton of other 1/12 scale budget cars for sale from your favorite distributors like Amazon or AliExpress or whatever. Thing is, there really isn't a king of the hill for this tier of car. Because I'm still new to this hobby and have financial limitations, I'm only going to compare this car to 3 other cars that I own and have spent numerous packs running, or numerous packs with. These being the Holyton 1/12 scale buggy, the Armorall 1/14 scale buggy, and the legendary Sonic 1/16 scale. All of these cost the same or less than the WLtoys 124280. Wow, have I finally remembered that damn number? I'm going to start with the positives. So where am I at here? The best part about this car is how durable it feels. I literally give 0 fucks when driving this. That's a freeing feeling. So this car gives you a lot of confidence to just do whatever you want, to push it to the limits. And it really does sort of free up your mind, and I do believe that is maybe its most positive strength, is its durability. Now I say that after it broke a fucking dog bone right here, sort of where it connects to the the CVG joint, CBDB joint. But yeah, it just completely snapped, which is the second WLtoys CVD joint to break on me, which is, they're kind of suspect now for that. But yeah, so first positive thing, its durability. I'm gonna stick with saying durability is still positive. Reason I think this snapped is because I put on the 1/12 Holyton wheels on this just to see if it would drive any better, if it would not flip over as much, and it didn't. It still flipped over a lot, but I think the extra wheel weight and width sort of put too much pressure on the CVD, and it just twisted and snapped. I'm gonna try to go into that during this bench review, so I'll give you a closer look at that in a little bit. Alrighty, number 2 under the positives, it's peppy and versatile. It's got a nice little bite to its acceleration, and the suspension, which I have more to say about in the cons, does have the ability to controllably drive over very uneven and rocky terrain. I agree. Straight out the box, I want some damping in the suspension. I really do. But it's okay. Like, I'm cool with how it's set up out of the box. The suspension is it's kind of just right for like bouncing over rocks and shit like that. It's when you get into drops in like sort of long and or like high jumps that it gets really bouncy. And I should measure this once I put the wheels on. I'll try to take a measurement and see how wide this car is, because it just flips over. That it's an issue, but I can't tell if it has to do with the suspension or not. Maybe like an oil filled shock would prevent it from flipping over more. But overall, number 2, it's peppy and versatile. And the versatility comes from being able to go on different terrains and kind of calling back to number 1. It's you can take it anywhere and you don't have to worry about like breaking it. It will most probably survive what you're gonna throw at it. So peppy and versatile, number 2. Number 3, the tires are bead locked. I believe that's the term. Is bead locked. Well, let me take a seat here. But yeah, these tires right here, to take them apart, you have to unscrew these. They're not glued in. And that's great for running through water and not worrying about it getting mold, or, you know, you can dry them out properly. So that's a plus. I really like that. And I wish that was more standard. I'm not really sure why it's not more standard. If it's a cost thing, if there's some sort of effect that type of tire has on handling, I don't know. But yeah, I wish it was more common. Bead-lock tires. Is that the phrase? Bead-lock? Bead-lock. Number 3. Bead-lock tires. Number 4. I like the position of the battery compartment. It's the only car in my fleet where you don't need to take off the body to change the battery. The battery also feels very safe and protected from hard impacts. Yeah. Oh yeah, let me raise this up a little bit here. Oh my goodness. Sorry about that. Yeah, that battery. This battery compartment, it has 2 parts to it. So, stock, it has this little plastic piece that just fits into these little holes here, and then angle it down and it slides over this pin. Then you lock it in with the pin. This Velcro I added just for some extra security, but honestly, I feel this is good enough. And yeah, your battery feels real safe and secure, and you don't have to take the body off. It's an easy swap. It's a real convenience. I really got to say, it's a convenience. And yeah. Number 4, the battery position. Number 5, it has lights and comes with a spare tire. I don't know why I put those 2 together, but it has lights and it comes with a spare tire. Oh my goodness. The spare tire, honestly, I think I'd rather get an extra diff or give me some oil shocks as opposed to a spare tire. But yeah, the lights, you know, they're appreciated. Like I said, it's versatile. You can actually see the car at night. Stock. Not the best lights, but not the worst. So yeah, they got lights in the spare. I guess that's good. Number 5, lights in the spare. Number 6, the overall body shell design allows for a creative type to really customize it. For example, there's a lot of areas to install FPV cameras. Like up in here, like you could attach a side profile camera, a rear camera. You could do all types of shit. You could wrap paracord around here, make it a survival buggy. You could do a lot of stuff with it. I just feel you can clamp a lot of things to this cage here. And all these panels come off. You can color them. And I feel it's easy to fabricate this type of panel too, with some like metal. You could easily do that even by hand, I would think. And if you had a 3D printer, my goodness, you could go to town on this thing. So yeah, I think that's a positive. So number 6, the overall body shell design. I rock with it. All right, now we're gonna go into some things I'm 50-50 on. All righty now. Here's some things I'm 50-50 on. Let me pull up my list here. In fact, let me pull up a little something else. A little bit of Tisdale. Tis the Dale, tis the Dale. All right. Okay, so some areas I'm 50-50 on. Number 1, the transmitter. I actually like the feel of this controller, and the areas I drive it at, it has enough range. My issue is I've had a similar controller that came with my WLtoys K989, and it broke. A lever that connects the spring to the steering wheel snapped under regular use. Granted, it was an older and slightly different model, but it was still pretty much the same model. So I've had a sour taste in my mouth when it comes to WLtoys transmitters. That being said, I have not had a problem with it, but that's what makes me 50-50 on it. And this is it. And this is another one I have. So it's not like it's my first WLtoys. This one goes to the little infraction looking one, the green 128 scale. And then the one that went to the K989, just an internal part broke on me, and it was useless. Luckily, they all bind to the same. I mean, like I could bind this one to the 128 scale, probably. I'm assuming, but yeah, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, number 1, the transmitter. All right, number 2. Ain't this some shit? The tires. Well, even though I said the tires would be locked, and that's in a positive, the overall tires. Well, let me just read this. I love the fact that they're bead locked. Fantastic move to put them on this car. This car really gravitates towards puddles. The issue I have is this car goes belly up all the time. So I wonder if a wider tire would help. And if a wider tire does help, keep it more planted on pavement, would it take away from its agility on rough terrain? So I need to mess around with some different tires for sure. So this right here is what happens. Let me just take this. All right, sorry about that. Oh, this is what happens. If I could focus up here. When you put, well, see how that's just completely stripped out? I don't know if you can see that or not. But it twisted and snapped right here at the base because I believe I put these tires on it right here. And they're just a little bit thicker than the stock tires and bigger. And I think it was just too much weight and it just twisted it under pressure. So yeah, as much as I like the stock tires for being beadlock, the overall issue of the car flipping, it's a problem. And everything's suspect right now, including the tires. And I just noticed I have a little crack-a-lack right there. Second thing that broke on this car. I'll be damned. All right, number 3. The overall anatomy and aesthetic appearance.
This a funky little thing.
This a funky little thing. It's got a very unique, weird, proprietary look and feel. So on one hand, it's got a lot of personality. On the other hand, I'm left in a constant state of questioning design choices like example, the color scheme or the spare tire, or why do I have to take off a dozen screws just to take the body off? It's funky. It's a
Funky little thing.
but it's got personality for that. I think that's really why it's so popular, is its uniqueness. Okay. Things I do not like about this car. Number one, this stupid fucking helmet right here. That's the doofiest looking helmet I've ever seen in my life. All out of proportion. Like, come on. It's some Spaceball shit. It looks dumb as hell. It's getting it. I'm pulling that out as soon as I figure out how to take this body off. I've taken this body off one other time, and it was not fun. But yeah, number one thing that I don't like about this car, this helmet right here. Number two, the second thing I don't like about this car, the shocks. They're friction shocks. I know it's a budget car, but I don't know. They could have put a little bit of oil in it, I think. They're not terrible, but man, this thing bounces all over. And I need some damn damping. They're also weird. They're unusual. You got these long ass ones in the back that have like this proprietary connection right here. So these are just hard to find, at least for my skill set, being new to the hobby. And then the front are these little small ass screws right here that are kind of an unusual size. But you see, there's like...
It's a funky little thing.
But yeah, the shocks is number two. The second thing I don't like about this car. There's two more things on the list for things I don't like about this car. And I think I'm going to read them and go over those two things while I take apart this car. So I'm not apart, but I'm just going to take the body off. It feels like I'm taking the damn thing apart. It's because there's so many screws. Alright. So let's see here. I'm going to leave this in. Come on now. Alright, how do I do this again? Let's see here. So you got a screw here. I think that's it for the back. And then you have two screws up here. I already stripped one of these, just taking it off one time. And then... Two, four, I believe. I think just 2, 4. So I'm at 6 screws. And I do believe there's some more that I'm missing. But we'll start with that. Alright. Make sure everything good here. This thing doesn't really want to focus all the time. Where we at? I'm gonna go with this right here. That was just all wrong. Gotta be nice and smooth. Come on now. Alright. Uno. Dose. Alright, up here, I think I'm going to use this. It's all fucked up. What the fudge? I ain't gonna do it. Jesus. Oh, sheesh. Alright. See if I can move this out the way here. Alright. My goodness. Hey, what the fuck? That's what I'm saying. It's like this thing doesn't even want to be taken apart. Alright. Or maybe I got the wrong screw size. Oh man, it just doesn't feel like a healthy unscrew here. Alright, feel better. Alright, there you go. Okay, I take it all back. It's the same size screw. What are you gonna do? Oh man, I know one of these I had an issue with. I think it was this one. Slow and steady win the race. Oh, I'm getting a hand cramp. Come on now. Oh, Jesus. Just gotta do it. Just gotta do it. Well, you know what? I could have sworn I stripped this before, but I guess not. Alright. So that's 4. Let's see here. 4 screw. This ain't made this. Come on now. Four screw, 5 screw. A 5 screw? No, you want more than that. It's most definitely, I mean, that's a 6 screw. So we got, where are we at? 2, 4, 6 screws. We're going for 8 screws now. Take the damn body off. All right, come on. 8 screws be the one. There it is. 8 screws. I like it. I like it a lot. Yeah, buddy. All right, that's kind of what I'm saying. It's a funky thing. Like, just when you're cursing it for having 8 screws, it does some slick shit like fold right over. And it's pretty dope. Just fold right over. I'm feeling it. Alright, let me see. How can I do this here without... So this is what we got going on here. I need some light. These shocks. What you looking at? Oh. So that's what we're dealing with for the shocks there. About 60 millimeters. Is that what that is? About it? Actually, hold up. 60 millimeters. Is it? No, it's so we got a 70 millimeter or like 65, 63. I might be reading this wrong. And then we got in the back. We got got a goddamn 93, a Susie 90, 90 millimeter shock. Is that how I'm reading that? 95? See, that's silly. And then look at this. You got like these cutout weights just on this side to counter. I'm doing terrible with the camera, sorry. Cutout weights here just to counteract the motor right here. And what we got? I'm really tempted to just get this ESC the fuck out of there. Is there anything behind it? Are there weights under there? No. Look like a horseshoe crab or something right here. Yeah, man. All right, so let me put this on a stand and I'll get to the last two things I do not like about this car. Then my final verdict. And oh yeah, I gotta repair this. So let's see here. How does come off? All right. Huh. Let me see here. Should I take that out? Take that off. I think I'm taking this out. It's looking like all these screws are the same size, which is really awesome. And I think I just gotta take this out. Oh boy, I should not have used the drill for that. I can just feel it not being the right move. Oh man. Okay. So let's see what happened here. There we go. Yeah, just stripped right the fuck off. Look at that. And that's the second one I've had that's done that. Come on. That's crazy. Will this just pop through? Or nah, I gotta do some old... I gotta do something with that. Right. That won't come through? Oof, that doesn't feel good. Okay. This don't seem right either. But whatever. Wow. That shit look crazy. Man. Stripped her right out. Now, what's awesome, and almost I gotta throw this into the positive section, is I just ordered this piece yesterday in the morning, and it's already here. That's like a day. That's like 24-hour delivery for a piece, and that's pretty dope. Let me get some focus here. So yeah, let me go back to the list of things I don't like. There's two more. Number 3 is the ESC. Talk about finicky. This thing takes the stock battery and everything else can go fuck itself. I found one other battery that works for it, but that's it. I've also seen a few videos of people losing control of their car and even the ESC catching fire, or I believe it was fire, maybe it was just smoking. Anyway, it runs fine with the stock battery, but the battery personalization to me is in like the RC Bill of Rights. It just, you should be able to have whatever type of battery you want to put in it, and it's just too picky. There's also a cutoff switch that I believe I'm perceiving, but I think I'm seeing it, so I want to mention it. It's if the wheels are frozen up due to like being caught in a tough terrain, or maybe they're all locked up in like some rocks or something, the ESC just shuts down. And I believe I've heard another YouTuber say this, and I believe I've witnessed it at least once. Can't be positive, but I do think there's some sort of like cutoff, if at least on low battery power. All right, but yeah, the ESC. I really would like to take it out, get a different controller, and maybe that would, I don't know. That's one thing to think about. I really hesitate putting money into this car. I really do. I kind of just want to leave it stock, and if it breaks, then, whatever. But it just doesn't seem like a car that wants to be upgraded. It seems like you got to try too hard to do it. I don't know. Number 4, its proprietary nature. It should be called the WLtoys Proprietary. Now, if you've done any research before watching this, you probably are aware that there's a ton of aftermarket parts. After looking closer, I start to realize that these parts are garbage. I really struggle to find a good set of oil shocks that will fit. I ordered some metal arms and hubs. I think it was like some dog bones even. No. It was just these. It was metal arms and some metal hubs. Yeah. Ordered them from Banggood, and it's been like half a year since I placed that order, so I guess I got jacked. I see videos showing tricked out 12 428s, so I know it's possible, but for someone new to the hobby like myself, who doesn't have a local hobby shop, that's actually false. I wrote that, but I did find a local hobby shop, which I have to check out, or a 3D printer, it's been not worth pursuing upgrades. I kind of still stand by that. Speaking of newbies, I think this car would be too intimidating to work on for someone who has never worked on an RC car. Its unusual anatomy isn't the best example for a newbie trying to understand what working on an RC car is usually like. It's not a pain to work on, but there's just way too many cheap screws that don't want to be moved. And yeah, I don't know. That's interesting. Because the first time I took this body off, I had a real problem, and it was a headache. And this time, it wasn't that bad. So I'm kind of easing up on that criticism. I will stand by that, though, that it's kind of weird for a newcomer to the hobby, just because it's so unusual. So I'll stick by that. All right. Time for the final verdict. I keep jumping ahead. Let's see if these actually fit here. Yeah, it looks good. That's a real positive. But I'm telling you, I hope these don't break off. And like I said, second WLtoy, one of these to break in the same exact spot. It just twists, which means, to me, not a good quality of metal. I don't know. Oh yeah, it's the same damn thing. Wow, that's awesome. That I could get that in like 24 hours. That's pretty dope. Alright, let me move some shit out the way here. Doo-doo-doo. And then... So, I could have done it this way. No? Oh, you gotta go up and in. Alright. Hold up and in. Yeah, you see? Who the hell ever went up and in? And yeah, those are bearings. There we go. Hell yeah. That was not tough. Let's see if this goes in nice and smooth. Come on, Ellis. I don't know about that. Tighten that up later. Just want to get the sense of it. Look like it's working. Man, what a funny servo situation. What the fuck is happening here? Think we good. I don't know. I don't know. Put that up here. Yeah. And then stop it. Hiding up here, you silly goose. Ugh. All right. There it is. Hold up. Hold up. I don't know. Is that right? I'm gonna leave it at that. Even though there's no hubs on them. Just for the final verdict here. Is that turning? Yeah, that's turning. All right. Okay. So final verdict, it's not perfect, but has personality. As soon as you start cursing it for its flaws, it does something hilarious or exhilarating. It's a fun card that lets the driver have a carefree bash due to its durability. I recommend it.